Moses.
Mr. Coffin.
Laoshu.
Mr. Coffin, it's been what, 10 years almost?
No, 7 years.
It's been 7 years. Oh man, it's been a while.
You know what? I this morning with my wife there, I said I'm talking to Moses, and of course she doesn't know who you are, right? So I said I got to show you this guy. So I went and found a bunch of your videos where you walk into a store and you speak Khmer and Vietnamese. And then one where you talked to some Chinese guy and you spoke, I got to be looking at my phone here. And spoke to this Chinese guy, I think in a restaurant, and you spoke to him in Russian, and he said, no, you're not speaking Russian or something.
That was crazy. Yeah.
So, very impressive. So, what has changed over these last 7 years?
Not much, man. I live in Arizona now. I don't live in Ohio.
Okay.
So that's the biggest thing that's different here. I'm still doing a language, as usual. I can't stop doing languages.
Right. I should say, maybe some of my viewers don't know who you are.
Okay.
Although you are a legend, and we will
like
leave a
you?
link to your YouTube. A link to your YouTube channel in the description box.
Okay.
And I mean, you have massive numbers of subscribers. I don't know what it is, 800,000 or something on YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's like 950,000, and I don't know how that happened. I don't know where these people came from. I was shocked. I'm still shocked because I didn't really expect it to that channel.
Oh no, but so Moses is okay. There are people like Luca, who I think is phenomenal at a limited number of languages, so whatever that is, 10 or something. Moses is the champ in terms of numbers of languages, numbers of unrelated languages. So just to go over that, so I saw you speaking Khmer and Vietnamese, and I should say that I went to Vietnam and I tried to learn a bit before going there, and I was totally incapable of saying anything other than come on, which is the only thing I remember.
Okay.
Thank you. That's about as far as I got. But you also do, could you just tell the people who follow this channel just all the different languages that you speak? To some degree, like you don't have to be a PhD in these languages, just that you're able to communicate.
So my strongest languages are Mandarin, obviously English, that's my native language, Japanese, Mandarin, Japanese, Cantonese, Korean, it's up there, Korean, Spanish, what other languages? That I can. It's so many of them.
Okay, but now let's get to some of the more exotic ones.
Okay, so
don't you do Estonian or Georgian?
Okay. So Estonian, I'm not really doing much of Estonian these days. However, I studied Finnish for a couple years.
Wow.
Georgian is one of them. Armenian.
So do you read in Georgian?
I can read and write Georgian, read and write Armenian. Pretty much all the languages I learned, I know how to read and write in them.
How similar are the writing system? Like to me, they look the same, Georgian and Armenian. Do they use the same?
They're totally different.
No.
They're totally different. They're very, very different. And I think that the Georgian is probably easier to learn as far as the writing is easier. It's a bit more easy to learn than Armenian, but they're very different languages. The writing system is different. I mean, they both countries. A lot of the people of both countries speak Russian as a native language.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
but that Armenian and Georgian very different. Very, very different.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a similar history in a way. Early Christian countries and the Caucasus and stuff. And I thought maybe, I know the languages are completely different. Like Armenian is a European language, right?
Yeah, it is Indo-European, yes.
Whereas Georgian is something totally
Georgian,
unrelated.
you know what? Georgian, last time I read about Georgian it's in its own little group. It's not related to any other language. It's an isolated language, and it's very unique. Like I had a Georgian, or I still do. I have a Georgian grammar book. Every chapter, literally every chapter, has a chart for what is it? Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting the word. Irregular verbs. Every chapter they have a chart for irregular verbs. It's ridiculous.
Incidentally, we're going to get Georgian at LingQ.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because somebody decided to translate our mini stories into Georgian, so we're going to get Georgian. I don't think we'll get many people learning it, but
Well,
so geographically then, so you're into the Baltics, 'cause you got
into the
Estonian
Baltics,
and
yeah,
Finnish.
yeah.
Any Latvian or Lithuanian or anything?
You know what? It's funny because Lithuanian, so you probably know that many years ago I dabbled with a lot of different languages. Lithuanian was one of the languages that I was dabbling with, but just this year, last year, that's one of the languages I decided to learn like full time. So Lithuanian is one of my active languages right now.
Okay, so you're in the Baltics.
I'm in the Baltics, yeah.
You're also in the Caucasus.
Yes,
You're in the
yes, sir,
Caucasus.
yes, sir.
Because you got Georgian and Armenian.
Yes, sir.
You're in Southeast Asia with Khmer, Thai, Vietnamese. You're in East Asia with Korean, Japanese, and Mandarin and Cantonese. What other geographical areas?
Mongolian,
And of course, Spanish
Mongolian is over there.
all
Yeah,
over.
Mongolian is over there too, right? Yeah,
Mongolian.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mongolian.
Yeah.
So besides the East Asian, we got Southeast Asia, we got East
Right.
Asia, Southeast Asia. Then we have what else do we have?
Didn't I see an Indian flag on one of your videos?
Oh yeah, we have Indian languages going on. Tamil. So I'm doing
Yeah.
Tamil full time now. Then I do Hindi. I'm not doing it
Right.
full time, but I do some Hindi here and there.
Right.
A bit of Punjabi.
Right.
What else is there?
You'd be popular in Vancouver. We got lots of
Oh
Punjabis
man,
in
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. I have quite a few Indian languages.
Any African languages?
Oh yeah. So we got Somali. That's probably my strongest African language. Somali, Swahili, Amharic, which is Ethiopian.
Right. Oh, you speak? Okay, Amharic.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yoruba.
I saw your you said you're going to speak Sudanese Arabic, but it sounded to me like Fusha. I could understand everything you were saying.
It's Fusa. That's another one of my current active languages. Sudanese Arabic is basically, it's just a dialect, but they have their own words like shadid. They say shadid. That word is specific.
What is shadid? It's strong a lot.
Yeah, jadid. Like it's close to it's shadid, and then they just have some words that are different that only Sudanese people will understand. But for the most part, if you're, for example, if you're from Saudi Arabia and I spoke to you in Sudanese Arabic, you will pretty much understand. Even if there are some words that we use that you don't understand, you'll be able to figure out what I'm saying from context. So you could speak that. I could speak that Sudanese Arabic with anyone from the Arab speaking world.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so getting back, so Amharic, Somali, Swahili, any of the Bantu, like
yes,
Zulu,
yeah, Zulu,
yeah,
Zulu. Actually, Swahili. I think. Well, actually, you know what? Swahili is Bantu, and Zulu is more Nguni. They say Nguni.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Nguni language. Yoruba. That's Nigerian languages.
Nigerian, yeah. I had a friend at university who was a Yoruba. Anyway.
Yeah.
How about American native languages?
What?
Like Quechua? You speak any
I don't
Quechua?
know Quechua. No, I don't know that. Navajo is probably the one I know the most. But I'm interested in learning like what's that? Ojibwe.
Cree would be a big one in Canada.
Which one?
Cree. Cree is the most widely spoken.
Cree. Okay, I never heard of that
Cree.
one. Is that CREE? I think I've seen that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, CRE. It's all across Canada. All across Canada. I don't know how mutually intelligible all the different versions of Cree are, but it's widely spoken.
Do you meet them very often?
Well, I was involved in a sawmill in northern Alberta, and we had there are a lot of people out there who speak Cree, and also one of our partners was a Métis settlement, and they speak Cree. So yeah, and there's Cree in British Columbia, there's Cree in Ontario, Quebec. It's fairly widespread actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's I'm gonna have to look into that Cree because I definitely want to come back. I've been to Canada maybe 3 times. I've been to Canada, but that was Toronto. But I would love to go to Vancouver because I hear a lot.
Oh, you come and visit. You know, if you come to Vancouver, we will go do your what do you call it? Level
up. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I've never done that, but I've always wondered, like, if you wander into a place and you got your camera on, like some people don't want to be videoed, right? And they don't want to be on the internet. Like, how do you get permission, or do you get permission after the fact, or do some
Well,
people chase you away, or what?
for
What
the
does that
most
work?
part, I don't know how the laws are there in Canada, but here, particularly in the United States, you can record anywhere freely except in
Right.
someone's home. If you, it's private, so it
Oh,
has to be
okay.
public.
Right.
So normally when I do recordings, I don't really tell people unless they. The only time I tell them is if they notice I'm recording. Now, if they say, "Hey, you're recording, that's a camera," then I will tell them. And then most of the time, 99% of the time, they're okay with it. I tell them I have a YouTube channel, and they say, "Oh, you have a YouTube channel? What's your YouTube channel? Let me," and I'll give them my YouTube channel. I had a couple times where someone said, "Yeah, I don't want to be on YouTube," and I didn't use the footage. But that
Right.
rarely
But
happens.
so your camera is hidden, or where do you have
Yeah,
your camera?
I have actually you know what? One second, my bag is right here.
Right.
So I have a hat. I think you've seen this hat before. I have this hat. First of all,
Right.
these are the cameras that I use.
Right.
Okay, so these are the cameras that I use. These are GoPro cameras. I'm pretty sure a lot of your followers, a lot of your viewers, they know what GoPro is. So I use these cameras,
Okay.
GoPro, and what I do with these cameras is I'll use this hat.
Right.
So as you can see, there's a hole right here in this hat.
Right.
So I place the
Yeah.
camera inside of this, like this,
Right. Oh yeah.
and you can't really see. You can't really, I'm 6'7". Okay,
Oh.
I'm 6'7". So when I'm wearing this hat, most
Right.
people can't really see. Even it's funny because even when I sit down, I remember I was recording in a Chinese restaurant and I was actually sitting down. I had this hat on and I'm looking up at the waitress, and she still didn't realize that I was recording. So most of the time, people are so intrigued and interested in why I want to learn this language. They're not really. They look at this and they'll just,
Right.
they're not really concerned about that. But
Right.
if you look at it, if you keep looking at it, you can tell that it's a camera in there. But you have to be really
Right.
looking. So if you're very observative, you will know it's a
Right.
camera, and then you say, "Wait a minute, what is that?" They'll ask you, "What is that? Is that a camera?" So I had that happen to me. A Chinese guy. I was in Walmart, and I was in line talking to him and his wife, and then he was looking at my hat, and then he said, he asked me in Chinese. He said, "What is that?" He said, "Is that a camera?" And then I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Oh man, I got to come up with a story." So I had to come up with some story. I said, okay. I said, "Yeah, it's a camera," and I said, "It's my friend's birthday. My friend is having a birthday party tonight, and I'm recording the reaction, and I'm basically recording the party." And he's like, "Oh, okay, okay," and that was that. But I use that camera for that, and then I have this. I recently just started using this here. This just came out. This is the Max. This is the GoPro Max. Now with this,
Right.
obviously, this is not going into the hat. This is too big. So I have a chest strap. I have the GoPro's chest strap, and basically what I do is have my brother wear this, and he's recording from his chest strap, so the viewers can see me.
Right.
So
Which is better, really, isn't it? If they can actually see
yeah,
you.
yeah, because for a long time I've been recording in a way to where you can't really see me, you can only hear me, and a lot of
Right.
people, they've been saying, "Oh, we want to see you." So I said, "Man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this," and I said, "Okay,
Right.
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this chest strap for my brother, and then when I'm
Right.
practicing the language, then he could be recording from his perspective." So, and then that camera is exposed. If people look at him,
Right.
they can tell that they look at it, they say they'll see that he's recording. But like I said before, they're so interested in why I'm speaking this language. They're not really concerned about the
Right.
camera. So they're just trying to see, like, why are you want to learn this language? What happened? Where did you learn? Why are you speaking it? you know.